So fans of the channel might remember that I made a video about fitness Miku boxing, and ever since then I have been working out a ton. I feel as healthy can be. I feel on top of my game, and so today I wanted to make a video testing my newfound strength against the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate roster and see which characters I could realistically beat in a fight. And also because I'm a Death Battle fan, I like power scaling, so maybe that background might also help a little bit with this sort of analysis, if you will. But yeah, I just thought it'd be a little fun thing to do, and yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so with Mario and kind of just the rest of the Mario cast as well, you know, they look simple on a surface, right? I mean, he's just an Italian plumber. I'm Italian as well. I feel like we'd get along. The problem though is when you actually like start to think about it and all the things they've done, and the fact that these characters have like 40 years worth of content to dig through. Yeah, you can find a black hole feat here and there, and then you realize pretty quickly, yeah, I don't stand a chance against these guys. But if this were to just be like in a boxing ring and whatnot, I would definitely have the height advantage over Mario. Mario has been shown to be extremely tiny up against humans, so I definitely would have a height advantage if this was like a boxing ring. But if he was allowed to have like power-ups and stuff, I'd be screwed. Okay, this is like no context. I'm not even going to talk about DK Bonanza here, but Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Country Returns punch the moon into a volcano. Yeah, I'm good. I'm not even gonna try against that. Okay, Link, honestly, and this is like Breath of the Wild Link, so this isn't like all the other Links, because if this was some of the other Links, I feel like I wouldn't stand a chance. But this is like Breath of the Wild Link, and outside of him being able to like mountain climb and, you know, survive harsh terrains, I guess, Breath of the Wild Link doesn't really have too much. He does have really fast perception as he is able to avoid Guardian lasers, but outside of that, I feel like I could realistically take this guy. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin here. I don't know how the heck I'm gonna even break that armor. And even if I do break that armor, Zero Suit Samus is like military trained and whatnot. I'll get to that when I get to Zero Suit Samus, but I don't even know how I'm even gonna get through regular Samus to even begin with, so I'm just gonna say no on that. And Dark Samus as well, I feel like it's even worse because she's made of like photon energy and all that. I've not played the Prime games, so, but yeah, I don't think I stand a chance here. Maybe I could win by bonding with the Parasite, I guess, and, you know, doing a Venom sort of thing. I don't know. This is just me trying to explore my options here. I'm just gonna say no for both of them. Yeah, once again, Yoshi is another Mario character, which also means that they're gonna have some crazy feats. He did also beat Bowser in Yoshi's New Island, and in that game, Bowser traveled through time and space to fight this Yoshi. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try. I don't even want to think about it. I do not want to fight this dinosaur. Heck, Yoshi's like one of my favorite Mario characters. I don't want to fight this guy. You know, I'm kind of shocked that a lot of people think that they can take Kirby. Like, there's a lot of non-Kirby fans out there that think Kirby like can't do that much, but any Kirby fans is gonna tell you that this thing is a demon. I mean, there's a reason Kirby survived World of Light and was the only character remaining, outside of a couple of exceptions that Sakurai mentioned in an interview. But even outside of Smash Brothers, Kirby in his games kills a god every single game. I can't think of a single game where Kirby doesn't kill a god by the end of the game. Like, that's just what he does. That's a Tuesday for him. So heck no, I don't even want to think about that. Okay, hot take, I think I might have a chance against Fox. I mean, if you take away the blaster, you take away the R-Wing, he's just a guy. Like, obviously he is a fox, but he is just a guy. He's just really fast. And he has stood up against humans before, and humans have been shown to be taller than Fox, so I do have height advantage over him. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. He has done some crazy things. He did fight a Rayquaza in the Subspace Emissary. Yeah, actually, never mind. I don't think I stand a chance. And speaking of Pokemon, Pikachu. Yeah, sorry, I don't think I can fight any of the Pokemon casts. I just think it's impossible. I mean, if this was just a regular mouse, I probably could, but this is Pikachu, okay? This is somebody who could contain like thousands of volts of electricity just by touching its cheeks. If I touch a cheek, I'm dead. All right, that's just how it is. All right, now Luigi is an interesting case because Luigi does have the Mario scaling, you know? So Luigi is very powerful by having Mario scaling. The problem is Luigi is Luigi. He's scared, he's nervous, and I could take advantage of that in a 1v1 fight. And so I think I could realistically beat him. At most, I'd say he have a lot of durability and he probably wouldn't go down very easily. But unless he locks in, like, I feel like I could probably take him, honestly. Okay, unfortunately, I have not played Earthbound, so I can't really comment on Ness at the moment. But I do not want to be on the receiving end of a PK Starstorm. And stars are very powerful and strong, and yeah, I'm not even gonna try. Okay, so Captain Falcon without the F-Zero is beatable. I think it is possible if I were to lock it and get absolutely ripped at the gym. I don't even know if he's military trained, but he is definitely, like, he'll beat me. He will beat me. but I feel like if I were to just lock in and I gave myself a year of just focusing on, you know, getting to Captain Falcon's level, I feel like maybe I could. But I don't think it's possible. Okay, honestly, out of all the Pokemon, I feel like Jigglypuff is the most possible. I mean, Jigglypuff could put me to sleep, but if I were wearing sound-canceling headphones, I don't know what else Jigglypuff could do, and Jigglypuff does act like a balloon in a sense, so I could realistically pop her. I'm not sure. I don't know what the method is here, but I feel like out of all the Pokemon here, Jigglypuff is the one I am most confident beating in a fight if I had to. Peach and by extension Daisy, yeah, sure, they're the princesses of their games, but they're very powerful too, and Peach especially just had Princess Peach Showtime, and I have not played that game yet, but I did see the final boss, and that did look insane, and yeah, I don't want any part of that. And Daisy by extension also has some of the same scaling as well by being in the Mario universe, and just because they're a little bit regal in nature by being in the Mario universe does not mean I can take them in a fight. So yeah, gonna say no to that. Yeah, sorry, no, I don't even want to try with Bowser. Okay, actually, let me join his army. Okay, I want to serve Bowser. Actually, I do not see myself at all winning a fight against Bowser. I'm sorry, but I've seen all the crazy stuff this guy has done. I saw Death Battle, that was already insane. Okay, Ice Climbers, I definitely think I could handle. It is a 2v1, but Ice Climbers are just regular people, children even, and all they're really good at is climbing a mountain. Otherwise, they don't really have any other skills. I guess they could breathe ice. I guess they could freeze me, but it doesn't seem that strong, and it seems easy to break out of. I don't think it'd be that bad. I don't think Ice Climbers could do anything to potentially harm me. Okay, so Sheik is a bit of a weird case because in Smash Brothers, they make it a point of contention to be like, oh, Sheik and Zelda are separate characters, but in Brawl, they were the same characters. So do I say Sheik could beat me in the simple sense that Sheik has the Triforce of Wisdom and has the power of Earth's creation on her hand? Or do I talk about her in the sense that she's just a ninja and I could probably realistically take her if I really locked in? Like probably in a 1v1 scenario, I probably couldn't take her, but if I trained a bit, I probably could. I feel like. But assuming Zelda's on the other end, I definitely cannot take Zelda. Like, I don't have the ceiling power that she has. I don't have all the, like, wisdom and magic that she has. I could not take Zelda. But if we're just talking Sheik, Sheik is just a ninja, okay? She's just a ninja and I can totally do that. She's just gonna be really fast, but she's fragile, okay? Like, just a couple punches and she's out for the count, okay? She's barely wearing any armor. I bet I could totally take her. So as far as we are aware, Dr. Mario is the same Mario. It's just Mario with a PhD. And we all know how strong Mario is, so there's not really any point of debating this. Just because he practices medicine does not mean he's any less OP. While Pichu does seem like a smaller, less powerful version of Pikachu, Pichu is still very freaking powerful, and I still don't want to mess with this thing. Yeah, heck no. I do think I could take Falco. Same reasons as Fox. Mostly he doesn't have an R-Wing. He probably doesn't have a gun. I'm just fighting a bird who is taller than me, as proven by Starlink Battle for Atlas. I don't know. I think I have a fair shot. Obviously, they do slay dragons in their games, so obviously they are a class of military trained and or, you know, combat experienced individuals. But I bet if I locked in, I could fight Marth in a fight if I had to. And that, of course, could apply to Lucina as well. They kind of sort of have similar feats. Lucina obviously beating Grima and Marth beating the dragon from his game. Can you tell I've never played Shadow Dragon before? But yeah, I bet you if I locked in, I could take these guys. All right, now Young Link, honestly, like, I feel like I could take him. If he didn't have, like, the Majora masks, you know, he didn't have the mask from Majora's Mask, as well as his sword and whatnot, and the Triforce of Courage, I feel like I could realistically take Young Link in a fight. So I'll keep that on realistic, because if he didn't have all of his gear, then he's just a child. That's just an easy sweep. But assuming he has all of his stuff, then I just think he'll be a little bit tricky to fight, but nothing I couldn't handle. Yeah, I'm not fighting Ganondorf. There's no way I'm taking Ganondorf. Okay, he's gonna put me 5 feet under like he did the champions in Breath of the Wild. I am good. Okay, for this one, I'm not gonna really debate as to why I would win against Mewtwo, but I am gonna say having psychic abilities is very OP, and having psychic abilities can lead to a certain part of your body being twisted from the inside. If you know, you know. Yeah, so this is weird because I haven't played either of their games as well. Roy, and by extension Chrom, I feel like I could take. Probably not Roy, though. I heard he had some crazy feats from the Death Battle community. Chrom, I feel like I would have a better chance, but I've heard some crazy shenanigans in regards to Roy. This is where I'm going to ask the comment section to please help me out here and ask if my rankings are a little wrong here. I have played the modern Fire Emblem games, just not some of the older ones. I'm so sorry. All right, now Mr. Game & Watch is interesting. Okay, so we could say say that this is an instant sweep because they are just a 2D image. You know, I could just like put my foot down and just stomp on it. But could I even interact with it? And by extension, could he even interact with me? I don't know. We can see in the Subspace Emissary, he is able to hold 3D objects thanks to Peach's umbrella. So I don't know. Can I even fight him? I would assume so, because every other 3D character is able to interact with Mr. Game & Watch. But assuming I can interact with Mr. Game & Watch, I'm going to say this is pretty easy. I mean, he can transform into some crazy things, but as long as he doesn't transform into the octopus, I think I can take him. Yeah, oh my goodness, no way I'm taking Meta Knight. Anybody for the Kirby series is not even going to be a contest. Like, obviously, they're on a lesser scale compared to Kirby, but Meta Knight is insane. His sword Galaxia, oh my god, don't even want to try. I feel like I could probably take Pit, but this is assuming Palutena isn't helping him fly, because he's not able to fly on his own without Palutena's help. But even if he's not flying, dude, he is using angelic divine weapons against me. And yeah, you don't want to mess with divinity. So I'm just going to say maybe if I locked in. And Dark Pit is just Pit without mommy's help. So yeah, I'm just going to say heck no on Dark Pit. I feel like he'd be locked in and he would go for the killing blow compared to Pit, where I feel like he would hold back just a tiny bit. As discussed in the Samus section, even if I do get to Zero Suit Samus, what am I going to do? She is military trained. She doesn't hold back at all. She is absolutely insane. I don't even want to try. Okay, this is one of those, like, I could lock it. I could prepare for this. If you give me prep time, I could try. But even then, I'm terrified. I don't think... She's like the Emmy. She's like the Emmy if she wasn't a robot, okay? Like, she would be the Emmy coming after me. And I don't want to deal with that. This is another Mario character. We're not even going to try, okay? He is the only character I know who can use garlic to have freaking nuclear farts, okay? I don't even want to be near that. So let's not even debate this. Like with Samus, Snake is military trained. He would not hold back and he would kill me on sight. He doesn't even need a weapon. This is like hand to hand. He would murder me. I don't even want to try. All right, I'm gonna piss off the Tellius fans, but I have not played Path of Radiance or Radiant Dawn, but I do know how insane Ike gets in his games and his scaling and whatnot. I do know he does some like godly feats in his game. So just for the sake of me not getting shot in the comments, we're just gonna say no, I cannot handle Ike. He fights for his friends and he means it. And also I need to play his game. So I'm going to make a mental reminder to do that after I'm done recording. Okay, let's get the obvious out of the way. Yeah, I can handle the trainer. The trainer is no problem. Okay, the guy has like no muscle on him. I could easily handle this guy. And assuming he's 10 years old, yeah, I got a whole decade on this kid. All right, I can whip this kid's ass. That sounds horrible out of context. But for all three of his Pokemon, yes, Squirtle included, I do not think I could say the same for them at all. I don't know how many times I have to say this, but this is a Mario character. I don't stand a chance. I have not played Mother 3. I cannot talk on Lucas, but I do not want to be on the receiving end of a PK Starstorm, so I'm just gonna say no. What do you even want me to say here? Yeah, no. Maybe I could probably catch him off guard. Sonic has been shown to be caught off guard in the past, so maybe I could catch him off guard, but even then, it wouldn't be a fair fight at that point. It's safe to say no, though. Like, he's the fastest thing alive. Even outside of that, like, Sonic Frontiers and some of his, like, new moves he's done, I'm good. Guys, Mario and Kirby scaling, it's just insane. Okay, they beat a god every day in their games. Okay, why would I even want to try with King Dedede here? And even then, he could eat me. He could literally eat me and spit me out and do horrible things to me. I don't even want to imagine it. That's a easy no. Okay, so there is two ways to look at this. One, Olimar is the size of an ant. No, literally, like, it's hilarious. So I could stomp on him and that would be easy. But even if we're talking the Smash Bros version, okay, where he's like, I don't know, like 3 feet, like he's tiny as hell. Even with that version, I still could easily take him, okay? Like, the only thing that he has going for him is the Pikmin, and the Pikmin do have very dangerous applications, especially like the white one. But the other ones, I don't, like, maybe the yellow ones. The yellow ones could zap you, so maybe, I don't know. I feel pretty safe to say that I think I could handle Olimar. Okay, so I will say with Lucario, I do have a height advantage over him. Lucario has been shown time and time again to be pretty small compared to the average human being. But he is the aura Pokemon, and he has aura. Jokes aside, of course. Yeah, he is a very powerful fighter. He literally, lives on training, and his whole thing is literally fighting. He's a fighting type, for Pete's sake. I think it's safe to say it's probably going to be a no. Okay, so this thing is literally just a toy. This isn't even fair. I could just throw it against a wall and it's gone. Yeah, easy clap. Okay, so Toon Link is interesting because you could make the argument of Toon Force here. A lot of his attacks do have like Toon Force-esque, effects to them per se. So you could make an argument that Toon Link could put up a pretty good fight. However, I don't think my chances are that bad. It's kind of the same thing with Young Link. where he is just a kid. I could just throw him around, okay? I scale over this kid. I can throw him and absolutely beat the crap out of him. So I think I will call this a pretty safe bet, all things considered. It's kind of the same thing I've also said for the previous two Star Fox characters. I don't think Wolf is that much of a problem. He doesn't hold back, though. I can definitely tell that. He definitely wouldn't hold back at all. Let's just say if I locked in, I probably could take him. It'll be a struggle. It'll be a fight for the ages, all right? Okay, I do know that Villager does have an axe, but what is that going to do for him? I mean, what is that going to do for him? The Villager is just like you and me, except we tower over the villagers because the villagers are tiny. I actually don't know how tall a villager would be in relation to an actual human being, but I feel pretty safe about this. I haven't seen anything a villager could do that we couldn't probably handle as a society. Now, I have not played a Mega Man game before, like ever. I'm just gonna say I don't stand a chance. Okay, I know the series can be crazy, but I don't know a thing about Mega Man. I'm getting disliked so hard because I haven't played half of these series. Okay, Wii Fit Trainer is easy. If I locked in, I could probably beat her. I mean, her whole thing is literally teaching you how to properly exercise and stretch and whatnot. And once you do that, you can surpass the teacher. You know, the student surpasses the teacher. So eventually I'll have to beat her. So we'll just say, yeah, if I lock in, I can beat her. Now, I know every single Rosalina fan has brought up this feat a bajillion times, but here we are. We're going to bring it up again. She caused a black hole and resetted the universe. Wow, what is the average Joe supposed to do against that? Okay, I know Little Mac did take on Donkey Kong at the end of Punch-Out on the Wii, but I really do think if I locked in, I could take Little Mac. Okay, probably not right now, but he is still a human being, and he's not like military trained or anything. He just knows how to box, and you know, what I've been playing Fitness Miku Boxing, you know, I could probably have those skills transfer over to help me beat Little Mac. It probably won't help too much, but I can sure give it my best shot. I definitely think out of all the human characters, Little Mac wouldn't be too much of an issue. Okay, so this is kind of weird because Greninja's like my mascot character, and I could make a whole thing saying, oh wow, my human character isn't a Greninja, but my YouTube character is a Greninja, and my YouTube character could probably take on the Greninja in Smash Brothers, while my human self probably couldn't. But the Greninja character on YouTube is kind of like me. So I don't know, do I win against the Greninja? Do I win the Greninja Ditto by extension of that? Or do I have to scale this Greninja based on my real self, me, who's not a Greninja? Okay, so the Mii fighters are a little bit weird. I'm just gonna say yes, I can take them all. You can't really power scale the Miis. If this was like a specific Mii character, then we could probably properly scale these Miis. But these Miis could be whoever you want them to be. So I could make them as weak as I possibly wanted to be, or I could make them the strongest people alive. So it's really just up to your interpretation. But for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna say yes, I can beat the Mii fighters. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not beating God. I would like to. I would like to do this whole power of friendship thing and say, yeah, I could totally beat the goddess of light here. But my chances are pretty slim, okay? Palutena doesn't really do much in her game, per se, to really warrant this title. But I'm not going to go all the way up to Skyworld and, you know, test my luck with that, just because we haven't really seen what she's done, okay? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're just going to say no. We're just going to say no. Okay, so I've never really played any of the Pac-Man games outside of, like, Pac-Man 99 and the original arcade game. But he's probably done some crazy things in Pac-World. I don't know. He's going to eat my soul. He probably can eat my soul, for all I know. All right, so Robin is a bit of an interesting thing. I have not finished Awakening, but I do know he is holding Grima in him. And I don't know, I don't really think I could take a guy who can hold back Grima, who can hold back a dragon from destroying the whole world. I don't think I could take that. I don't want to mess with that. Okay, Shulk. I have played Xenoblade, and without getting into spoilers, no. Okay, maybe base Shulk. Like, maybe I could take base Shulk, especially without the Monado, then yes. But with the Monado, after everything that I know, no, this is a Kirby level threat. No, even as a toddler, okay, the Mario series, and especially Bowser Jr., is not safe from being absolutely broken. Oh my god, and this guy's friggin' magic paint wand can still do some crazy things, alright? Don't let his age fool you. This guy is a menace. Okay, so this is kind of weird. Okay, so Duck Hunt, I could take. I don't think there's anything these two can throw at me that I can't handle. But a lot of people forget, there's also the guy in the back who shoots the gun at you, the zapper guy. There's no way I'm gonna take him. There's no way I can go into the, the background and beat the crap out of that guy. I mean, technically he is a real person, so theoretically I could find whatever, like, I could try to track him down and beat the ever-living crap out of the guy, whoever's shooting his TV to help this duck hunt shoot things in the game. So I don't know. This is kind of weird. I'm just gonna say yes, I can handle the duck hunt dog. And possibly the Zapper guy too. Okay, so I have not played much Street Fighter, but I did watch Death Battle. I did watch Ryu's Death Battle with Jin, and let's just say no, because I saw the Akuma feats. I saw what this guy can do. It's not even a contest, and by extension with Ken as well. No, they got martial arts. They are trained. They're not military trained, but they are trained. Okay, they will whoop your ass. Okay, they're holding back. They won't kill you, but they're gonna break some bones. They're like the Batman of Street Fighter. They're not the Batman of Street Fighter. I don't know what I'm saying. We'll get into it a little bit later, but Cloud has killed Sephiroth, and Sephiroth is able to... Yeah, I'm good. Okay, a weird part of me thinks I could take on Corrin if I locked in. I know Corrin is part dragon, and you don't really want to mess with the dragons. You don't really want to get the fangs as well. And I know Omega Yato is pretty crazy and whatnot. And I know they did hold the Fire Emblem too at one point, because of course they did. There's just something in me that sees that stupid looking face, and I can just beat the ever-living crap out of it. Let's just say realistically, if I locked in, I think I could beat Corrin. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try with this one. I am not taking Bayonetta. There is no way. Sakurai mentioned in an interview in regards to World of Light that it was Kirby, Palutena, and Bayonetta who could have possibly survived World of Light. What am I supposed to do? Okay, I feel like the Inklings I could hit. Okay, the most you could say for the Inklings though is that they're acrobatic and, they're pretty slippery. But you could beat an Inkling, okay? And this isn't like a specific Inkling, like one of the alt costumes is a reference to Agent 3. But in terms of me, like, fighting the Inkling, I think I have a good shot. I think I could take him. This guy killed Samus's parents, and he's a dragon, and he's a space pirate. He had full consciousness when he was killing Samus's parents. I don't want to mess with the heat. Okay, I wouldn't say the brothers are military trained, but I would say they're above the military trained. Okay, these guys kill vampires, and I don't know. I don't want to be on the receiving end of a whip here. No, I just want to say no. Can I say no? Okay, let's just say spoilers. Get out of here if you have not played DK Bonanza. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, so without DK Bonanza, I would say I think I could take K. Rool. Like, K. Rool is obviously big. And he's crazy, he is a cruel Kremlin guy. But if we're factoring in DK Bonanza, okay, like, even without the Bonandium route, oh my goodness, I don't even think I can. I feel like K. Rool locked in. I feel like after being locked down in the depths of the earth for how long that he got locked down there, I feel like K. Rool has a new, like, outlook on life. I feel like he has a vengeance, okay? I mean, this is one of the first things he does to the city when he gets freed. He sets the whole thing on fire and puts lava all over New Donk City. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, kind of same thing with the Animal Crossing characters. I don't know what the Animal Crossing characters are going to do to me. I feel like I could absolutely grab Isabelle and throw her and just absolutely, like, just beat the crap out of her. I mean, I probably wouldn't. I don't really have a reason to, like, beat the crap out of Isabelle. But if somebody gave me, like, $1 million, I would. I would do it, no questions asked. Okay, so the whole thing with Incineroar is that the reason he's dark type and not a fighting type is because Incineroar is kind of like a fake wrestler. He's kind of like WWE. He wrestles, but he doesn't wrestle, if you know what I mean. But even with that in mind, that side B still looks insanely painful. Yeah, I don't want to get on the other end of that. No. Okay, so this one is a little weird because we can't really apply the Mario scaling to Piranha Plant here because Piranha Plant is a frequent character. Piranha Plant does come back pretty often, but it's not like Piranha Plant interacts with the Mario cast in the way that the rest of the cast does. Piranha Plant just kind of sticks its head out of a pipe. I mean, outside the bigger ones or the ones that spewed out poison, what's to stop me from getting like Weed Killer and just blasting the ever-living crap out of them? So let's just say yes, I can beat the Piranha Plant. Okay, so with Joker, it's a little weird. Yes, I can absolutely beat his high schooler self. Like without his metaverse powers, yeah, okay, easy. It's not even a contest. But with the metaverse, it's a no. Okay, this guy has the power of the world, okay? I won't get into spoilers, but this guy could get reality warped onto him and be just fine. He'll just say no to it. it with the power of friendship and just shoot me in the face. Okay, I have not played Dragon Quest before, but I do not want to be on the receiving end of a kamikaze. Okay, I think that's all fair. I think we can all agree to that. What am I supposed to do against this? Okay, outside of Wonder Wing, like, what can Banjo-Kazooie do to me? Like, I genuinely don't think they have much in their arsenal to really fight me. I'm gonna say yes. I think I could take Banjo-Kazooie. Okay, Terry Booger. I don't know what I would do against Terry Booger. I don't think I can handle the Go-Gurt guy. We're gonna say no. Okay, so Byleth is a little weird. I've only played the Black Eagles route, but halfway through the game, Byleth just kind of becomes God. Yeah, they literally merged with God and became God. So I'm good. Okay, so Min Min is a little crazy. Okay, Min Min does have the reach, but Min Min, as far as we're aware, is kind of just a normal person. They do have the extending arms, and she is pretty fit. But I feel like if I trained for it and I knew what I was going for, because she can't really do much if I'm all the way up in her face, you know? So I bet if I locked in, I realistically could take Min Min on. Okay, so even if we throw out the fact that, yes, they carry around diamond and gold ore and that stuff weighs a ton, these guys are able to fly. These guys are able to hold lava buckets. These guys are able to do some crazy things, able to survive like warping between places without getting messed up and whatnot. I could go on for a while. Minecraft has a lot going on to it and a lot of things that we as humans just cannot do. I don't think I could beat Steve in a fight. Okay, so the funny thing about Sephiroth is even if I had a chance, I'd just be staring at his abs anyway. Okay, so Pyra doesn't really do too much. Pyra is pretty powerful, but I think I could realistically take Pyra. Mithra is a bit of a problem, though. At the end of Torna, she nukes a whole country. The TLDR is no. Yeah, so I bet if I locked in, I could totally do this. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. It's no. It's a no. I don't even want to try. I'm good. I'm good. Okay, so I have not played Kingdom Hearts, nor am I interested, but I know Kingdom Hearts is kind of crazy. I know he's gone to various Disney universes and whatnot and done some crazy things. Okay, I'm good. I don't want to be taken to Disneyland. I'm okay. And that's it. That's the tier list of the characters I could realistically beat in a fight. I think I could handle a lot of the roster for the most part, but there's definitely a lot of them for obvious reasons that, yeah, I just cannot handle. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this list. And I do apologize to a lot of fans of the series for, you know, some of my lack of research. Anyway, stay hydrated, stay cool, and I will see you all in another video. Bye-bye.